What up? What up? Welcome in everybody to another episode of Profit Picks. If you are new, we always start this show by being transparent. And yesterday, I did only roll with one play. I went 1-0. Raptors team total under 109 and a half. They barely squeaked it to 100. And that's where I was expecting them, to end up under. So nice 1-0 winner. I will take it. And let's try to keep that going this week. I have to say a couple things here before we start. One, my apologies for yesterday's show. It's not my fault. I can't control it. But Cox had like an outage or something out here. So it was affecting my internet and they didn't let me know until later on in the day. So we got that taken care of and this should be working just fine. And secondly, it was a rough day, not having internet majority of the day. So I didn't get to go through everybody's best bets and didn't get to see everything. So my bad for not keeping up with it. We'll be back to regular scheduled programming now. And let's take a look at the chat before we get started here. Bryce Miller, he's coming in first today. He said, Nathan who? Boofer who? Bryce Miller first. Appreciate you tapping in. Prolific. Terry, nah, you weren't first today, Terry. A lot of the usual suspects coming in here. UCapper says, Skee be texting people at 6 a.m., but late for a show at 10:30. Then be like, never mind. Hey, I was trying to figure out how to type in the query, and I just for some reason could not get it correct. And I think now I know the reason why I couldn't get it correct. But yeah, eventually figured it out. So that's why I said never mind. Hello, Miss Tasha. The majestic Mike. Rashad said he's been waiting since last night. What up, Bash Bros? Mario had a good day yesterday. Nice work there. He went 3-0. Rick White says he needs to bounce back. We'll talk about it. We'll get it all going here today. Saturated. I know he had a good day yesterday. Dylan says, gotta be a dog day today. What up, Justin? Raven Ron got it right today. Says, boom. Exactly 6 minutes late. Clear video. Yeah, this is how it usually is. Yesterday was just couldn't control the weather and whatever happened to the internet. Boover says, I got two hamsters running on the internet wheel today. What up, Peter? S. Warrior in the building. Got those heat on the schedule today. We'll talk about it. Saturated said that 31 second quarter from the Raptors worried me. I knew it would be all right. The longer the game goes on, the more it was it was a play against the Raptors. That's how I'm trying to say. Munaf says, "Oh, Skee with the fresh haircut. I see you. When did I get a haircut? I got a haircut on Saturday, maybe. Whenever I got back into town, I got a haircut. So, yeah, I tried. It's a little bit different, but low key the same. So, I am enjoying my haircut. I'm gonna get another one on Friday for Super Bowl weekend. Let's see a couple more before we get started here. Hello, Brian says, "Good morning, Skee. Good day yesterday. Great info. Love the chat. Let's get it tonight." Absolutely. Kylie Reynolds, what's up, OG? He likes the Jazz +3. And he says the Hornets was the bet last night. Good stuff. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It is an ugly card today, as Munaf says. And Nathan says haircut once a week. Sometimes, I was gone for so long. I need another haircut. Especially, it's gonna be a lot of people in town this weekend, so I gotta be on my. I gotta be, you know. I know I'm bringing the party guys Skee out on the weekend. This weekend for sure. So, yeah, I need another one. All right, let's get to it. Enough playing around. We got 7 games. What is that? 7? Yeah, 7 games on the slate today. Maybe we'll talk a little bit more Super Bowl. But first game up, we'll go in rotation order like always. First game up will be 571, 572. Houston Rockets heading into Indiana to take on the Pacers. Opened up Pacers -6, all the way up to 8.5 now. Total open 242. And it looks like 244, even some 244 and a halves popping up out there. Injury report. Let me hit refresh because around this time they start to make changes. Van Fleet out for Houston. Eason out. For the Pacers, looks like Hallie is game time. And Jalen Smith also game time. This Houston Rockets team has covered 5 of their last 15 games. They're 6-12-1 as a road dog. Yeah, we know the home road dichotomy, Jekyll and Hyde team as far as Houston home road splits. The Pacers, here's my deal. I don't really, well, more I think about it, I might be able to get there with the Rockets. I mean, the Pacers are not a team I think that's, I'll expect to be laying with, especially not any kind of number like this. Because teams that I expect to win by margin, you got to be able to do a couple things for me. You have to be able to shoot the three well, you have to be able to defend the three well. That's how you're going to be able to create separation. So they shoot the three well, but they're not a great defensive team. They did have some pockets where they were playing good defense, but it's starting to regress again. And I can't lay double digits if you're, not playing really good defense. That's just how I feel. The Houston Rockets team, though, last 5 games, second best defensive rated team. That's standing out to me. And they've been a slightly better rebounding team than Indiana as well. So just thinking that 8.5 does seem like quite a lot. I would be looking more towards the Rockets than the Pacers in this matchup. The total, I mean, both teams are playing with pace, top 10 in pace last 5 games, but I don't feel as comfortable with the total as a side. If I had to play it, Rockets plus 8.5 would be my play right now. Let's see how the chat thinks about it. Let me get caught up on the chat. JB Brown reminding everybody to smash the like button, and maybe we can give some of those memberships out or something today. We weren't getting to our mark yesterday, so maybe we can today. Says think it's a big Sengun game. Play points plus rebounds over 32 and a half. I think he can absolutely have a great game today. I'm with that. Boofer says, sounds like a fuck it Rockets. No, I don't make fuck it bets, man. I don't do that. Uh, those don't usually make it to the window. I'm not into making those, but it's just the only way I can look right now. Dante says Pacers first quarter. JB Brown like the Pacers first half. So people think can get in and get out here. I hear you, Kylie. I'll take a look at that. Thank you for sharing. Justin likes the Pacers over their team total. That might be a good way to look at it because just like I said about the Lakers yesterday, like, uh, you know, we can't be laying this kind of points if you can't trust them to get stops. Lakers went over the team total yesterday. They did not cover the game, so it could be that way with the Pacers here too. I think that could be something to look at there. At the same time, I wouldn't like to bet against a Rockets team who's the second best defensive rated team last 5 games. Saturated says they have Hallie on some crazy minutes restriction. I think it's because he has to play so many games to get some kind of award or some kind of extra money or something like that. I forgot exactly what it is right now. Kylie likes a double double for Hallie. Appreciate you, Flash. Smash the like button for me. Mario says can't back them on the road. They're horrible. They have been. They have been horrible on the road. Bryce says Pacers still working through their rotations and Hallie coming in and out. Think they can make a good run after the break. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. Think that's sharp there, Bryce. Hello, Eric. Q Media says Skee starting with the dog. I'm just talking it out here. Glenn says you okay with Van Fleet not playing? I mean, obviously I would like him in there, but um, I'm banking on defense. And when I think about defense, I'm not thinking about Van Fleet. So I think the Rockets can keep it close with the defensive end. So I'm okay with it if I bet the Rockets here. It's not in my pocket yet, but I'm doing this handicap. Yes, already knowing that Van Fleet is out. Aaron Feet, shout out to you for becoming a new member. And if you do want to become a member, I think you can click something down there on the chat, and it's also a link in the description. And on days we get new members, I'll be sharing something in there in the member section. So share the prop that I really love for the Super Bowl yesterday, and we got another member today. I'll share some more. Appreciate you, Aaron. Uh, let's see. I hear you saturated. See what Oakley thinks. Says I love it, Ski. Also, I really love the system plays too. Those have been cashing. I got some system stuff today too. A little bit, not a lot, but and the systems will start to ramp up after the All-Star break. A lot of stuff starts to populate. JB Brown says it's big to not have Van Fleet. They don't have too much depth on their bench. And here goes Matt Porter with the exact information. Hallie needs to play at least 20 minutes in 65 games to make all NBA and hit those max contracts. So that makes sense. Just like, they got these rules for Embiid and he was trying to play. Same kind of a deal, it sounds like. But more some with the contracts. Embiid was trying to get MVP, I think. Um, what up, big boss? Appreciate you tapping in. Hope all is well with you, bro. That's my guy right there. Flash knows. He says, "Yo, the big boss." Hope all is well, man. You got it, David. Let's see. We got anything else on this game, or we should probably keep it going over just with the members only. Yeah, members. We've been doing pretty good in 2024. Pretty good. Munoz says Thompson may be a pivot for the Rockets tonight without Fred Van Fleet. Romy Rome says, "Love the show, Ski. Appreciate that 100%." All right, let's keep it moving. We did do a good amount on that first game, but only bet the Rockets myself. Next one up, we'll look at 573, 574. Dallas heading into Brooklyn. Opened up Mavs -2. They're now a 4-point favorite. Total opened up 233 and a half, and it looks like 236. For the injury report, I have both Kyrie and Luca game time, but Kyrie is probable. They'll be without Exum and Lively. For the Nets, my bad there. My screen was glitching. Uh, I see Lonnie Walker, Sharp, Dorian Finney-Smith all out. And then I see Cam Johnson, game time decision here, but doubtful. Um, both teams are on a back-to-back here. This was probably the one game I wanted to really just throw away today. Brooklyn hasn't been playing good. They've covered 5 of their last 20. The Mavs, I can't. They haven't been playing good. They've covered 1 of their last 5, and I can't. Like I said, I'm not interested. I know this is a short number, but I'm still just not interested in backing them to cover any kind of a margin because their defense has been horrific lately. Definitely bottom 5 the last 5 games, and you know I'm not into doing that. That's just my theory. So I guess that means I would only lean towards the home team with the Nets, and this game will be quick and easy because I want nothing to do with it. We'll see if the chat can talk me into, if the chat likes this one a little bit more than me. Otherwise, we'll just move on over. UCapper says off topic, but WNBA just months away. NECA, Jewel, Skylar, and Izzy Storm looking nice. I agree. They definitely got a squad. And thank God because I was saying free Jewel Lloyd last season, and free Skylar too. So it's good to see them teaming up together, and NECA needed that too. So I think that's great for everybody involved. Storm are going to be a problem this coming season, and I can't wait for WNBA. I'm gonna go hard WNBA. I'm gonna be on this channel more than I ever was last season, and I'm gonna be focused. I'm gonna be focused. I was party boy ski a little bit last year. I'm gonna be more trying to get this, WNBA every day. A little less party guy this summer coming up. All right. Raven Ron likes Mavs -3. Mario likes the Mavs -2. Justin going with, so they got it early with those lines. Justin took the Nets and he took their team total over. So guys liking different things here. Mino says Kyrie's first game back in Brooklyn, I believe. That's an interesting thought there. Yeah, I'm stuck with what to do with this game. Does that mean you're gonna play as props, Minoff? D Rose, a legend, leans towards the over. Q Media likes the over in the game as well. Saturated thinks there'll be points. Dante likes the Nets. Bryce, the one person liking the under in this game, says only a couple guys out there who are going to care tonight. Stefan says if Ben Simmons plays, he likes the Nets. Booper's asking if I'm gonna be the Mystics whisperer. That Mystics team might be falling apart now. I didn't fully catch up with the free agency yet, but I know we're still trying to see where Natasha Cloud is going to go. Deladon trending downward. I don't know about, but they do got my girl though, Shakira. I'm excited for Shakira. We'll see what they look like. I should go take a look at what happened so far, free agency and the rosters after the show today. You guys trying to get me excited for the WNBA? KC loving it too. All right, let's keep going here. UCapper says non-conference games where both teams are unrested are trending over this season. That makes sense because non-conference games are the games they should care less about. They don't matter as much. And on the back-to-back, if you're tired, I like to think defense is the first thing to go. Steve says daily reminder, smash the like already. What are we doing here? 173 live and we're under 60 likes. Come on now. Yeah, we'll see if we. I mean, I want to get. It's been a while, but I want to get to that 200 mark. Maybe we can get some more of these memberships out because it's a new month now. I get a certain amount every month to give out, but we'll see. Casey. I've come across some of those WNBA players. I don't think anybody's interested in this game. We want to talk about WNBA more than talk about this game. So we'll move on over. Next game up will be 575, 576. That looks like Memphis and New York opened up Knicks minus 13. They're now as high as a 15-point favorite. Total opened up 217 and a half, and it is down to 213. Injury report. And I want to hit this refresh one more time. Jesus. For the Grizzlies, I mean, do we really have to do this every day? A lot of people are out. Everybody's out for the Grizzlies. They have guys on 2-way contracts, 10-day contracts, etc., etc. Yeah, I've never seen. I can't remember seeing a injury list this long. That's what's up for the Grizzlies injury report. For the Knicks, they're without. There were some guys too: Mitchell Robinson, Julius Randle, Quentin Grimes, and OG Anunoby. This is a Knicks team who has been playing extremely well since they made that trade to start 2024, and they do have the rest advantage in this game, 2 days to 1. But I just can't help but think, I mean, 15 points, we starting to get a little bit out of control. This Knicks team has been a team who beat up on the weak all season long, but ATS wise, but it wasn't 15-point spreads, is what I'm trying to say. So I just think this one is being, a little bit too out of control. On the Grizzlies side, we know they don't have the talent out there on the floor. And if you look at their last 2 games, that's probably what it looks like if you just look at the final score. But I'm going to give them a pass for those last 2 games. And we've made some money lately with the Grizzlies. I've been betting them on some of the streak. They've covered 6 of their last 8. The past 2 games, one of them was at a rest disadvantage versus the best team in the East, who they've said all season long they care about playing at home, and they were off the loss. The other game, they were on a back-to-back, and they're shorthanded, versus a hungry Warriors team. I'm not mad at either one of those losses where they got blown out. But they covered 6 straight games before that. And a lot of that had to do with them playing defense. So if you look at the last 8 games for the Grizzlies, even with them getting blown out in back-to-back games, still a top 10 defensive rated team. That just goes back to these guys on the court are taking their opportunity serious. They're going to play hard. They're going to bring the energy, the grit, the defense. That's what you're going to get from the Grizzlies. And I'm not sure that the Knicks care. I'm really not. They're missing OG, and they haven't really been winning by that big of a margin without him. I feel like the last couple games or whatever. But they're missing him. They see this Grizzlies team. They see all these guys they never, they don't even know their names on the other side, really. They're not going to care. That's just how I view it. So I think 15 points is too much. That's the best number you can get right now if you like the Grizzlies. I think they're worthy of a bet at that number. I think they bounce back after back-to-back bad losses. Total, I agree with the market coming down. You have a Knicks team who's playing at the slowest pace last 5 games, playing defense, top 10 defensive rated team. They've gone under 11 of their last 12 games. Grizzlies have gone under 4 of their last 5. They're the the worst offensive rated team in the last 5 games. I told you that a lot of the talent is missing. They're gonna have to do it with defense. So only way to play this total is the under, in my opinion. Grizzlies or under. My recommendations for this game. Let's see what the chat is looking like. I gotta scroll up. The chat had a lot to say about this one. Kylie's asking if anybody's on the Knicks first half -8. He's thinking about getting in and getting out. Could be a good decision if you like the Knicks in this one. Very well could be. Munoz likes Josh Hart, rebounds plus assists over 13.5. Says Knicks should roll. Brian thinks the Grizzlies have trouble scoring, has them under 100 in his pocket. I mean, the Knicks have been playing good defense. I like their defense a little less without OG, but Grizzlies offense has been struggling. So I definitely do understand that play. And it could hit. It could hit, and the Grizzlies could still cover. Saturated likes Grizzlies team total under. Mario says he took the Knicks -12.5 last night and the under 215. Nice job beating the market on both of those lines. Casey says, ain't nobody tanking harder than the Grizz. Silver might flag them soon. Ronell likes Memphis team total under. Munoz says, just name the starters for the Grizzlies. Okay, that's how we're going to have to start doing it. That's how we'll do it from now on. Just name the starters. Manny likes the team total under for the Grizzlies and the full game under. Bryce said the chat about to be crushed with my pick here. David doesn't even think they touched 99 for those Grizzlies. Two Davids. So David K doesn't think they touched 99. David Martin thinks the Knicks crush. Munoz thinks they're going to win by exactly 15. I can't be backing the Knicks here. I just can't. Here's a good point. Slowest pace in the NBA makes covering a 15-point spread tough. I agree 100%. I mean, people look at this more with football, but you got to think about it with basketball too. I mean, a low total and a lot of points. I just think that correlates to, the dog is probably the side you want to be on a little bit more times than not. Jeff says, here comes the ugliest dog. I love them dirty dogs, man. Dylan says, hard to say Knicks will carry enough on defense. Casey says, Knicks missing 2 starters. Grizz can play gritty, and I wouldn't be surprised if someone is ruled out for the Knicks. Yeah, they could look at this and say, you know what? I think I need a break today, coach. Let me just get a little bit of extra rest. Y'all got the Grizzlies without me, right? That's how they could be looking at this game. I agree. Boofer thinks Brunson scoring 50 tonight. Anthony Richardson likes the Knicks first quarter, first half, and Grizzlies team total under. EQ also liking those Knicks early. Munoz says it could be a look ahead for the Knicks. Mavs come to town on Thursday. Interesting. What up, JT? Appreciate you tapping in. I think that's going to be it for this. I like the Grizzlies. He says backwoods that crap then Skee. I like the Grizzlies. I think 15 points is too much. And Jamrock Kick says, I need Jaren Jackson Jr. in the back the Grizzlies. I mean, that's goes to my point again. They're looking at this team and say they don't even got JJJ out there. Well, they're going to sleepwalk through this game. That's how I feel. So Grizzlies plus is the way I like to play it. And UCapper says the Knicks are 3-0 to the under since the trade when favored by double digits. Nice work. And appreciate you, Julian. My guy right there says, what up, Skee? Great show. Hope all is well with you, Julian. All right. Next game, we'll move on over to 577, 578. Orlando Magic, Miami Heat. Game opened up Heat -3.5. They're now 3-point favorites. Total open 213.5. And that's where it's sitting right now as the consensus. Injury report for the Magic, I don't see anybody on there. For the Heat, I see Duncan Robinson, game time decision, but very likely to play tonight. And he's missed a few games, so we'll see what he looks like when he's out there. There we go. My sheet was a little mixed up here. So I'll mention this before I forget. To see the Heat as a 2.5-point favorite or 3-point favorite, whatever it is, when they've covered 2 of their last 10 games, they're on the front end of a back-to-back, and they're playing a Magic team who's covered five straight. I mean, something is just not adding up with why the line is like that. This is an important game. Maybe an important game, you just think the better team is going to win. Maybe that's how it is. But that stands out to me, seeing that the line is like that. Because if I just look at 1 plus 1 equals 2, I should be on the Magic here. They've been the better offense, defense, and rebounding team the last 5 games. So this seems like a fishy favorite, like the favorite. They want you to bet the Magic, is what I'm trying to say. That's kind of how I feel about this game. Am I always right when I say that? No, I'm just telling you how I feel. As far as the total, I think this one, these teams have played 2 times already this season. Neither one of those meetings have touched 200 points. And the total each time they play just keeps dropping and dropping. I think one time it was like 219, another time it was like 217 or 216, and now it opened 213 and a half. Odds makers, they think, it's going to be lower scoring. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep opening them like that. Why I say this is an important game is these teams, I mean, seed 6 through 8 in the East is separated by 1.5 games. So, yes, it's still, a little bit early in the season. It's past halfway a little bit, but still a little bit early. But this could be a game. If you lose it down the road, it could come to haunt you if you have a tiebreaker. Right now, Magic and Heat are 1-1, and I think this one will be played with a little extra effort, intensity, and defense. You have both teams better defensive rated teams last 5 games than offense. Both teams bottom 10 in pace the last 5 games. A Heat team who's gone under 11 of their last 13. A team who's gone under 10 of their last 15. Magic are the third worst team shooting the three so far this season. Don't think we have to worry too much about that. The Heat are top 10 shooting it, but the Magic are top 10 defending it. So I think we'll get slow pace defensive game here, and I think we get another under. That's the best way to play this one to me. Another thing I'll mention is, just looking at how much the Magic average on the road, 226 and a half, how much the Heat games average at home, 227. This game opens 213 and a half. I think it's for a reason. Low for a reason is how I'm saying this one. Let's take a look at the chat. How y'all feeling about it? Raven Ron likes the Magic. Says favorites are 15-0 straight up the last 2 days. That's wild. Maybe some of those dogs start to come in. Stephen smashed the under. Appreciate you, Jay Gill. Says he hit the like on the way in. Brian H says Heat trifecta glitch. Saturated says Heat gonna remind the Magic who's big bro. Felix also liking those Heat. Heat love coming in the chat. Robert, one of the few that likes Magic +3. Dante looks like he's liking the Heat with some of these numbers. 5-1 straight up, 4-2 against the spread as a division home favorite. 5-1 to the under. Interesting. Manny says last 2 matchups, 203 total. I'm on the under here. Doubt they go past 200. I agree. As that Warrior says, Skee, you know what it is. Flash says, is this a derby game? What's the rivalry like? I mean, besides them being both in Florida, Magic haven't really been competitive until this season where they're finally above 500. So I don't really think it's anything too crazy. But it's still like if the Magic are going to be competitive right now, this game could matter. Like I said, it's the 7th and 8th seed right now. It's separated by a game. That kind of stuff could matter at the end of the season. That's what I'm saying. Not like a Celtics Lakers or anything like that. No, absolutely not. Boofer says it's a Magic spot. Steven going with the Heat alternate line -6 at plus money. Robert says Banchero 6 assists. UCAP are leaning towards the Magic team total under. Q Media says last game of the series, Heat down 1-2, Heat at home. I don't think they're down 1-2. Is this the last game of the series? I know they played twice. Now you're gonna make me go back and double check it. But that could be why the Heat are favorite. Maybe I didn't look at I didn't go back far enough here. Maybe they played early in the season. And I'm glancing at it because I would really like to know. I don't see the Magic on here though. I think they only played twice. So I want to tell people the wrong thing. That's why I want to double check. So there's one and there's two, and you're correct. You're correct. You are correct. The last two games stay well under, and the Magic did win two games. So this is an important game for the Heat. You're right. That is why the Heat are favored here tonight because they may need that tiebreaker at the end of the season. Good call there, Q Media, because I definitely missed a game. I did look at the last two, but I missed one. EQ says Heat -3. Lid picks like in Hero over 17.5 points. Itachi says, and he says divisional road dogs on the end of at least a 5-game road trip are 23, 11, and 1 to the under, 67.6% since 2012. Appreciate you sharing that, Itachi. And this makes me think of also Kevin Johnson shared some kind of query. I'm not sure if it's active. I wish I would have saved it, but it was some kind of query where like when teams play for the final time, like the fourth time, like they're used to playing with each other and the games go under. So if you're out there, Kevin, let me know if I'm on the right track. But I do remember that being shared, something like that being shared. So Mario with that information is leaning towards Miami. What up, Chip Plyler? And yeah, have to lean towards Miami, and I do like the under. All right. Move on over. Next game up, we have 579, 580, Minnesota and Chicago. Opened up Wolves -5.5. Hasn't moved. Total open 216.5, and it looks like 217 right now. As far as the injury report is concerned, my bad here. As far as the injury report for Minnesota, Clark continues to be out. For Chicago, Williams is out. Looks like Torrey Craig is probable. So is Terry. So is Kobe White. And then Caruso is the true game time decision for this Bulls team. Bulls have the rest advantage 2 days compared to one. Bulls are 5-3-1 as a home dog. This one I have a tough time with. Um, Wolves haven't been that great on the road, but after that game versus the Hornets, they talked about it and they've been showing it. They've been focused. They said they wanted to get back to playing defense. They've been doing just that. They've been holding teams down. I want to say every team except for one, they've held under the team total. I know they've stayed under 6 of their last 7 games. Number one defensive rated team last 5 games. So I think if I was back in the if I like the Wolves here, I would want to just bet on their defense. Something about this point spread, it's just not making me feel comfortable here. Um, so I guess I would lean a little bit more towards Bulls team total under. Best number you can get right now is 106. And I want to see, I should have had this already done, but kind of just had this thought. I kind of want to see, let me see if I can type it into my database. How many points? How many points are the Timberwolves averaging or allowing since that Hornets game? That's what I really want to know. So team equals Timberwolves and date. When was that Hornets game? That's just what I need to know. Sorry about this. A little bit of capping while we're on the show, but I think this is something that I would like to know, and that's important because they've been living up to their word. They played on the 22nd of January, 2024. Sure, 22. And there we go. So they're allowing 100 points per game out of 7 games since that Hornets game. Since they all talked about, they need good trying to be a good team was what they were saying and stepping up. Defensively, getting back to playing defense. They're 6-1 to the under. They're holding opponents to an average of 100 points. And 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these are road games. 4 of these are road games. So Only way to look at this one, in my opinion, is Bulls team total under. Let's see if you guys like this one a little bit more than me, or if you guys can help push me in that direction. Let's see where the comments. JB Brown says it's one of his top plays is T Wolves minus 4.5. Rick White leaning that way already. Appreciate that. Itachi says the one Kevin Johnson shared is between good teams meeting for the fourth time in a division game. Appreciate that. I knew it was a little similar, just not all the way. Raven Ron likes mini money line here. Got to lay a little bit for that, but he thinks that's the right way to go. Brian H says, "Come on, people, hit that like button, show some love. It absolutely would help out the show, and it might help you out too if you would like to become a member." Um, Nathan likes the Bulls on the money line. Says they don't even need the points tonight. So does Marvelous Mike. Likes a plus 5.5. David Martin disagrees. Likes mini in the under. Sharon sharing his top plays today. Stephen says that spread looking like Wolves going to win anywhere between 3 to 5 points. Yeah, the spread looks kind of funny to me. Not gonna lie. North Norris says, "Get those likes up, my guys." Jeff says, "Why would you be watching the show and not hit the like button? Hit the like button. It don't cost you nothing. Just hit the like button one time." So appreciate y'all and a couple more guys coming in liking those Bulls plus 5.5. So I'll think a little bit more about that. I do think there's something to, everybody's betting the Wolves and this number is not really moving. I think there's something to that. So I'll wait a little bit, but lean towards Bulls team total under. Next game, we have two games left 581, 582. OKC Thunder heading into Utah to take on the Jazz. Opened up Thunder minus three. They're a 3.5 point favorite. Total opened up 243 and is down to 240 and a half as the consensus. Injury report for Utah. Abaji is game time decision. For OKC, Bertans, Jang, Michic. Man, all these EuroLeague players coming over here. I haven't been on my EuroLeague game, but I want to go check it out, and it should be around playoff or playoff time or getting close to playoffs or something like that. Kind of missed this whole season, but seeing all these guys coming over to the NBA makes me think about wanting to get back involved with that. A lot of guys on this injury report for OKC team. Both Jalen Williams, game time decision tonight. Isaiah Joe looks like the only one who's been ruled out so far. So a lot of question marks for his Thunder team. Jazz, Thunder have covered one of their last four games. Jazz are 10-5 against the spread, their last 15. Jazz have been really good at the house, 10-4 as a home dog so far this season. They haven't been playing a whole lot of defense. They're the second worst defensive rated team in the last 5 games. But offense has definitely been better, and they've been a better rebounding team than OKC. I'm a real believer in the Jazz at the house, and Thunder haven't been playing their best basketball. So just a slight lean for me towards the Jazz. I don't like that they can't really get stops right now, but I'm not interested in laying with the Thunder currently. Not on the road against the Jazz right here. Just not. Let's take a look at what you guys like. Marvelous Light. Mike says Jazz money line. So does Justin. Romy Rome's liking those Jazz too. Robert likes the over in this game. Sharon liking that over too. Itachi quoting me says, "It don't cost you nothing. Just hit the like button." He says, "Any of y'all remember those Everest commercials on BET?" Williams is game time decision, Robert. JB Brown liking those Thunder. Says a top play, another top play tonight. Brian H says Jazz plus three. Off overtime traveling elevation, they ran out of gas. This is his best bet. BJ reminding us that OKC doesn't play again until Saturday. Thinks that they could put their all into this game. Let me see something really quick here. So OKC I just want to double check if I overlooked one thing in this game. And I did. I definitely did. This was the other side of, I mean, we just faded the Raptors yesterday. OKC off the double overtime. They did have a little bit of extra um, rest compared to the Raptors, but they still could run out of gas in this game. I know they have a lot of time off after, but they still could run out of gas. Terry says Jazz plus 3, take it to the window. Luis says Jazz in the over. Manny liking the Jazz as a best bet. Dylan says it's a bad spot for OKC. A lot of people liking the Jazz. And I'm going to be honest with you. One thing I don't like is a public underdog. Not saying, nothing wrong with anybody in the chat. I'm just saying I don't like to back. I don't always care about public sharp, but I don't like to back public underdogs. That I do care about. So I might have to look at, who's all betting the Jazz for real if I'm thinking about making that wager. King's Caliber says I'm like 101 on that like button. Appreciate you. And we'll see if we can get it up a little bit more. We got 259 watching. Trying to get to that 200 mark so we can give away some more memberships here today. Michael B says great show. Appreciate that. Let me see. Let's see. He says he loves the breakdown on the games. I appreciate you. And he says I make more now that I watch this show. That's what it's all about. All of us here together, trying to help each other out, share information so we can all become a little bit richer. That's all. All right. Think we did enough on that game. I will move on over to the last game on the slate. Might be the best game to watch tonight. 583, 584. Milwaukee Bucks heading into Phoenix, take on the Suns. Opened up Suns minus 2.5. They're now a 4-point favorite. Total opened up 246. They're down to 243 and a half. For the Bucks, I see Lillard, Lopez, and Jackson all game time decision, but Andre Jackson is probable. For the Suns, Damian Lee is going to be out here. This Bucks team has covered 4 of the last 14 games. They have not looked real good so far with Doc Rivers. Chris Middleton did say it'll take some time for him to get used to how they play, etc., vice versa, whatever. Bucks are 1-3 so far this season as a road dog. Phoenix hasn't been much better as a home favorite, 8-14. And I will say though, Phoenix has been starting to play better basketball lately. Last 5 game stats do all favor the Sun side, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a little conflicted. Like, I do think the Suns should get the job done here at the house with the way that they've been playing. I don't like anything that I've seen from this Bucks team as of late. But I guess when I say this out loud and think about it, I don't feel this strong about this anymore. Like I was gonna say, when I see the Bucks plus points, it makes me want to take it. But they're 1-3 as a road dog this season. I shouldn't feel that way. I would only bet Phoenix here. I would only bet the Phoenix side, and I don't really want to get too involved with the total. If I'm betting the total, I would disagree. I'm not quite sure why it's coming down. You have 2 teams top 10 in pace, and 2 teams top 10 offensive rated teams last 5 games. Both teams top 10 shooting the 3 on the season. I could only expect fireworks in this game. So over or Suns, but I don't think I'll be getting involved. I may just watch this one tonight. Let's see how the chat feels about it. Casey says, hit that like button, fam. Appreciate y'all. Absolutely helps out the show. David says, take the over and sit back, kick your feet up. Saturated says he drinks more water after watching the show. I don't think I've taken one water break today, but usually I do. King's Caliber. Oh, I didn't know you'd be giving out memberships. I'll take one, please. Don't miss your blessings. I can't choose who gets them, but I can give out 10 a month. I believe it was the number. So that's what we're going for here today. Casey says no defense will be played. Justin M does like those Bucks plus 4. Jay Gill, that does not move the needle for me. Mario it doesn't push me to the other side, is what I'm trying to say. Mario says hit the like button. JB Brown says talk me on the Suns minus 3.5. I mean, I'm not on them myself. They just have been playing better basketball than the Bucks. Just as simple as that. They've been playing better basketball. They're healthier. They're at home. Bucks haven't been covering lately. Bucks haven't been good as a road dog. That's what I have on this one. It's climbing. We count money over here. Says 247 watching, only 129 likes. Y'all tripping. Hit that like button. It's climbing though. It's getting up there. People are starting to hit that like button. So I appreciate y'all. Brian says bounce back for the Bucks, and he likes the under in this game. R. Tomp says first time here. Great content, Skee. I appreciate that. Appreciate that a lot. Mario likes Giannis PRA. Nathan with another reminder on that like button. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you, Nathan. Yeah, Glenn Rivers, 3 games, has lost our head coach. I'm not a fan of Glenn Rivers, man. Y'all know this already. Triple B, going with some of those first quarter props, says Booker over 8.5 points, cover 5 of the last 6 and 9 of his last 13 games. Thinks he comes out guns blazing. Appreciate you sharing that. Raven Round like Suns money line and Giannis PRA. North Norris says the Suns bench scares him. I hear you. I hear you on that. A little bit more top heavy. Itachi says Suns coming home off a long road trip. Bucks off the embarrassing collapse against the Jazz last game. Line is too short to back the Bucks. I think I agree with that. UCapper says Suns been on the road, first game home, and coming all the way from DC. Could be a flat spot offensively. Yeah, UCapper likes to look at people traveling in these time zones. And I do remember you showed me a query with that. So might be something to look out there. Thinks the Suns could be a little bit flat tonight. Robert likes Durant over 5.5 assists at plus money. Dylan likes Bucks first half. Justin says make them earn the memberships. Yeah, I can. I mean, if I got 10 a month, I'm not gonna hold the 10. I'm gonna give the 10 away, but they're not gonna be given out unless we get to that 200 mark. That's just how it's gonna go. So that's just how it's gonna go. Itachi says home faves off at least a 5 game road trip, facing an opponent off a loss. They're 30-12 to the over. That's dating back a couple seasons to the 2021 season, 71.4% to the over. That's so let me just make sense of this. Home fave. So they're supposed to be the better team in this matchup. Just came back off a long trip. They're probably not really that interested in playing defense. Guess that's what this one is trying to say. Appreciate you sharing that, Itachi. Booper says 5 memberships today, maybe. Got to come back tomorrow for the other 5 if the likes are over 100-ish. Booper making some fair points. Booper making some fair points. Okay. If it gets to 200, though, we might get them all out today. We'll see. Manzy Man says trying to join, but sits in a delayed state. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Justin. Yeah, I appreciate you, Justin. Casey says over 260. She's not scared of this high number. UCapper says Suns are 1-6-1 ATS and 7-1 to the under when the game is over 240. In those games, they're averaging 118.8 per game. So a little bit high. I would wonder how many of those games did they have the big 3 all healthy? That's what I would wonder there, RC. Mario asking about Bucks team total. I don't think they're the only team that's scoring here tonight. I like the Suns to do some scoring. So wouldn't be the Bucks team total for me. I prefer the full game over. And Saturated says, how are any of you willing to trust the Bucks after that last fourth quarter? I'm not. I agree with you, Saturated there. So good stuff we got through the NBA card. I don't have a whole lot to say about the Super Bowl again today. I will talk about it with some people later in the week. But I wanted to ask you guys. I mean, I keep seeing Brock Purdy over 12.5 rushing yards. I keep seeing it everywhere. Why is that the play? And are you guys on that play? That's what I wanted to know. You guys who've been around, y'all should know at least one of my main bets I made for the Super Bowl. But I am going to sit down and break down some more break down some more throughout today, tomorrow, and have them for Thursday and Friday show. Boofer says Purdy's going to be running for his life. Art Tom says he bet it. Reverend Ron says that is a hot Purdy bet. I don't know why either. Everybody loves it. I would, I think I'd rather bet Mahomes rushing yards, but hey, we'll see. Like I said, I'll talk about football more later in the week. Shout out to Manzy Man. Another person became a member. So I will have stuff for my members later on today. And it is about that time for the best bet segment. So we will move on over. If you've been around, you know what to do. If not, I will remind everybody. How about that? Drop your best bet in the chat. 3 rules. Put best bet next to it. Put the line that you're getting for your bet, and no more than 2 best bets allow for the show. And we'll come back and talk about them again tomorrow. And the chat is very sharp. You should pay attention to these best bets down there. And I will just take a glance. I'll take a glance at a couple things. I want to see how many likes we got for the show. See if my bad, my bad. Hopefully I wasn't muted too long, but I'm just double checking to make sure I can give you guys the same line that I got and which one I want to give you. And I want to see what those likes are looking like to see if we're giving away anything on the show today. They keep climbing though. I got to give y'all credit. It was 100, not very long ago. Now it's 154. So it's getting up there. Um, how about this? Let me give you guys another chance to keep hitting that like button while I look at my best bet and shout out some of you guys' best bets. So some coming in from the chat right now. Let's take a look at them. Oh, gotta scroll up. A lot of best bets coming in. Lit Picks giving us 2 here. Hero over 17.5 points. Booker over 28.5 points. Bryce Miller likes Ayuk under 4.5 receptions and Purdy over 0.5 interceptions. Not his best bet, but he is sharing it. Raven Ron likes Giannis over 49.5 PRA. D Rose the Legend likes Grizzlies plus 14.5. Rick White going with North Carolina money line and T Wolves money line in a 2-team parlay. Same kind of way that Siete Couture usually goes. He's taking the Pacers and the Wolves though for his 2-team money line parlay. Boofer likes Phoenix first half -2. Peter likes the Jazz +3. Get the parlay says because he does it in the playoffs. He's last 2 games, he's over at least 30 in each, I believe. Brock McCaffrey. Jeff says best bet is the Knicks game under 213. Justin likes Wyoming +11 tonight. Justin does drop off those college winners quite often. Appreciate that. And Dante likes the Pacers first quarter -2.5 and the Heat Magic game under. So for you guys coming in watching later on the replay, you can still see these best bets in the chat. Just go to the comment section, you swipe over, and you click, and it should be the live chat replay. And I believe it takes like maybe 10 minutes or it takes a little bit of time after the show ended, but it does pop up. And if you're watching on your computer, it's going to be in the top right corner. So let me take one more glance. One more glance. How many likes did we get? And see if we're giving out some memberships before I drop my best bet. So we are up to 166. You guys are trying. And one thing I can appreciate is effort. So we will drop some. If y'all, I'll drop 5 and I'll give my best bet and come back and look again and see if we'll drop 5 more. So let me do that now. I think I gotta do it right here like this. And now y'all gonna kill me because I forgot how to do it. I forgot how to do it. Now I probably owe y'all memberships if y'all hitting this like button. I really do. And I can't figure out why it's not letting me do it anymore. So I'm gonna try one more time. It's not giving me the option here. So I apologize. I will get it figured out and we'll give them out tomorrow. But or you know what? I'll get them out on the later show. You guys show back up on the later show. I'm doing a show with Wham Bam, Ian, and Dutch. Just pop back in. I'm gonna drop them off. Pop back in. We're gonna show up on time. I'm gonna drop them off in the beginning of the show. So Boover says Buddhist man. I know. But the show is at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The latest will start at 1:10, and I will get it figured out why it's not giving me the option to give anybody any memberships anymore. So if you want that membership, I'm gonna drop all 10 off since I made this mistake. All 10 off. I appreciate the effort for you guys. My best bet for the show. You guys know what we're doing, man. You guys know how we've been making money. We're not making money betting favorites. We made a little bit of money betting totals, but we've been making some money with these dirty, dirty dogs. And we got a real dirty one today. We're going with the Grizzlies. Grizzlies plus 15 is the best number you can get. New York does not care about this game, like I said earlier. And the Grizzlies' past two games, they were just in bad spots. I said a lot of reasons earlier in the show why I like them to keep this one respectable. And this will be the best bet for the show. Grizzlies plus 15. So, per usual, like I always say, you guys are the best chat in the game. I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are sharp. You guys know how to have a good time. And you guys make the show really enjoyable for me to do too, as well as everybody else in the chat. So can't tell you guys enough how much I appreciate you. Like I said, I will be live again at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time with Wham, Dutch, and Ian. Until then, best of luck if you tell. Good luck on all of your action. Peace out.